A fairy tale about a woodcutter and a goose. Long, long time ago, when there were no cell phones or the internet, at the edge of the great forest stood a modest house. An old woodcutter lived here with his son Aaron. Aaron was a young man of extraordinary strength and good heart. The old lumberjack has not been in the woods for many years, but he passed all his knowledge to his son. One day the lumberjack called his son and said so. Far away, in the middle of the forest, grows the largest tree I've ever seen. Take the sharpest axe and food for a few days. Cut this tree. Cold winter is approaching. We need to have a lot of wood to heat the house. Aaron was an obedient son. At his father's will, he left early in the morning. 3 days and 3 nights he walked through the woods. He only stopped a few times to eat and rest. Finally he saw a huge tree. It was the end of the trip. But now the most difficult part of the task awaited him. Aaron began to hit the axe with the tree. After 4 hours he decided to rest. He sat on the grass, listened to the singing of birds, and watched nature. Suddenly a strange old man appeared before him. He had a white long beard and a large hat. "Do you have anything to eat?" "I have not eaten for a long time and I am very hungry." Aaron had a good heart, so he took the bread out of the bag and gave it to the old man. "Thank you very much. I have already met many lumberjacks, but none of them was as helpful as you. I want to repay you for your good heart. Now I will disappear and your tree will fall over. Among the roots you will find a surprise. Take it and come back home. Forget about the tree. Now your life will change." And indeed, the old man disappeared after these words, and after a while the tree fell to the ground. Surprised, Aaron stood still. He had never seen such miracles before. Then he went to the tree and found a live goose among the roots. The goose looked completely ordinary and did not stand out as anything special. Aaron gathered his tools and set off on the way back, and the goose obediently followed him. It was getting dark, so Aaron decided to spend the night at the inn standing by the road. He went inside and asked for a soup with bread. While he was eating hot soup, the owner's daughters approached him. "Is this your goose?" The bird was extremely beautiful and therefore aroused the interest of girls. Aaron smiled. "It's a magic goose. I got it as a gift. We go to the house of the old woodcutter on the edge of the forest and we would like to spend the night in this inn." Aaron had no money and didn't know how to pay for food and accommodation. He looked at the goose with love, touched her head, and at the same time the gold coin fell out from under her feathers. Unfortunately, the innkeeper's daughter saw it. The sisters decided to steal one goose feather. At night, when Aaron was sleeping, the innkeeper's daughters crept into his room. The older sister grabbed a goose feather to steal it, but she was not strong enough to do it. In addition, her hand melted with the goose feather into one hole. And when the other sister tried to help, it happened exactly the same. The sisters tried to free themselves but to no avail. In the morning Aaron woke up and saw what happened. "Sorry, but it looks like we have to go together now." Aaron took all his belongings and set off with the goose and the innkeeper's daughters. But at the exit, the innkeeper stopped them to say goodbye to their daughters. It was unfortunately a mistake. As soon as he touched them, it turned out that he must go with them. Aaron, goose and innkeeper with both daughters continued their journey. Along the way, they met a hunter, a little girl, a saleswoman, a soldier, an elderly woman and a dozen other people. Everyone who touched them could not free themselves and had to join the procession. When the procession arrived in the city, everyone who saw her laughed and could not stop. And in this city was the palace where the king, queen and princess lived. The princess suffered from a strange illness that no one could cure. She always looked sad because she couldn't laugh. Doctors from around the world came to the princess, but they could not cure her. But when the princess saw our procession, she couldn't be sad anymore. Like everyone, she laughed and couldn't stop. The princess recovered, and when she looked at Aaron, she immediately fell in love with him. Then the procession broke up and everyone could go home. Aaron married a princess, and the king organized a wonderful ceremony during which all the inhabitants of the city had fun for 3 days and 3 nights.